welcome back to Ms. Riley's maths videos, and we are looking at coordinate geometry, equation of a line. And today I want to look at the equation of the line when it comes in the form y equals mx plus c. It's one of the ways we can do the equation of a line, and it's actually a very useful in terms of maths. It's a very useful way to have the equation of a line, because from it we can get some very useful bits of information. So we'll go about it this way. What we'll do is we'll look at this line that joins these 2 points a 1 2 and b 3 minus 2, and we'll just do a quick review on how we would find the equation of this line. So we want to find the equation of the line. Now we've got 2 points, so when we've got 2 points from 2 points, what we have to do is to first of all narrow that down to 1 point and 1 slope, because if you remember, the equation of a line is y minus y1 is equal to m by x minus x1. So at present we have 2 points, but we first of all have to get that down to 1 point and 1 slope. So really what we have to do is to find the slope. When we found the slope, then we'll have 1 point and 1 slope, and we can find the equation. So it's a quick review on slope as well. Let's label our points x1, y1, x2, y2. If you remember, our slope is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So what's that? y2 minus y1 is minus 2 over x2 minus x1 over 3 minus 1. So minus 4 over 2, which is minus 2. So that's our slope. So now we can find our equation. Y minus y1 is equal to m by x minus x1. Our slope is negative 2, and the point on the line, it doesn't matter which we use, so let's just use 1 2 here. We'll just use point A. So we've got y minus y1, so y minus 2 is minus 2 by x minus 1. Y minus 2 is equal to minus 2x plus 2. So we've got y minus, let's say, plus 2x plus y minus 2 is equal to 0. So 2x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0. That's the normal format we give it in. Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. But if you notice back here, we had the chance, as we've had before, to just write it in the form y equals. So if I add plus 2 to both sides, I get y is equal to minus 2x plus 4. And that's the form that we're looking at today. Y is equal to mx plus c. Now, why is this format useful? Well, let's just look for one thing, and we'll see whether we can notice what's happening. Do you notice here we've got y is equal to minus 2x. Y equals minus 2x. That minus 2 there came from this minus 2 here. And this minus 2 here was the slope of the line. This is the slope of the line that we found out earlier. So if you notice, if I compare y equals mx plus c, that minus 2 came from here and here. In other words, minus 2 is the slope. So the number in front of the x, what we call the coefficient of the x, is minus 2, which is the slope. So already, by looking at this equation in this format, we can tell the slope of the line, which is minus 2. Minus 2x plus 4. Y equals minus 2x plus 4. The coefficient of the x, or the number in front of the x, is the slope of the line. Now, what else can we find out from this? Let's just draw a quick set of scales here and plot the line we have. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, and I suppose we better go down. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. This is x, and this is y. So, if you remember up here we had 2 points. The points were 1, 2, and 3 minus 2. So let's go back down here. 1, 2, that was point A. And 3 minus 2 was point B. Okay, let's draw those points. and join them up. And there's our line. Okay, now we've just found out that this is the line y equals minus 2x plus 4, or 2x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0. That's the name of that line. We've drawn it with the points 3, minus 2 and 1, 2. Now, if you notice, when I drew out the line, we connected with the y-axis at 4. Okay? We connected with the y-axis at 4. So here we have this line. Now, if you notice, when this line was drawn out, it intersected the y-axis at 4. And if you notice, the equation of the line is y is equal to minus 2x plus 4. So we can say, and we could show this in lots of different examples of lines, that this C here refers to where the line cuts the y-axis, and that's often called the y-intercept. So at 4 it cuts the y-axis, so it cuts it at the point 0, 4. That's the coordinates of where the line cuts the y-axis. So when we have the form of the equation y equals mx plus c, we've got two key bits of information. Let's go over the page and note them down. So when let's just focus that. It looks a bit dodgy. Okay, yeah, now. So when the equation of a line is in the form y equals mx plus c, then m is the slope and c is the y-intercept of the line. In other words, where it cuts the y-axis. M is the slope of the line and c is the y-intercept of the line. So what might happen is you might be given the equation of a line. Let's say line A is y is equal to 12x minus 2. From that we can say the slope equals 12 and the y-intercept equals minus 2. It cuts the y-axis at 0, minus 2. Let's say line B, y is equal to minus 4x plus 5. That means the slope is minus 4 and the y-intercept is plus 5. In other words, it cuts the y-axis at 0, 5. So all the time as we go down, we can say from that equation y equals mx plus c, we can say what the slope is and what the y-intercept is. So here in this example, the slope is the coefficient of the x, the number in front of the x, which is minus 3. The y-intercept is 3 over 2. In other words, it cuts the y-axis at 3 over 2, or 1.5. How about D? Let's say y is equal to minus 4 over 7x plus 11. That means its slope is minus 4 over 7 and its y-intercept is 11. It cuts the y-axis at 0, 11. Let's take another example for a minute. Let's take the equation of a line y is equal to minus a half x plus 6. That's the equation we're given. What can we find out about this line from the equation is the first question. And secondly, how could we use that information to plot the line? Okay, so just pause the video for a moment and think about those two questions. What can we find out about this line from the equation? and how could we use that information to plot the line. So hopefully you've had to think about that. Let's see, from this equation, y is equal to minus a half x plus 6. Compare it to y is equal to mx plus c. I can say that m is minus a half, which is the slope of the line. And I can say that the y-intercept is c, which is 6, so it cuts the y-axis at 0, 6. Okay, so from that form of the equation, y is equal to minus a half x plus 6, I can say the slope is minus a half and the y-intercept is 6. It cuts the line, the x-axis at 0, 6. Beg your pardon, sorry, it cuts the y-axis at 0, 6. So, how could that information help us to draw the line? Well, here's my set of scales now. And we put in a scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. And minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, x and y. So this line, y is equal to minus a half x plus 6. It cuts the y-axis at 6. So that's the first thing. We know it cuts the y-axis at 6, so we know this point is on the line. It has a slope of minus a half. Slope is equal to minus a half. Now if you remember, slope is rise over run, which means it's going to go down minus 1 and go along 2. So I'm going to go along 2 from 6, from 0, 6, okay? I'm going to go along 2, 1, 2, and down 1. And the next point on the line that I'm going to draw in is that point. Now if I just want to be sure, go down along 2, and down 1, that's the next point. So if I join those together, then I can draw my line. Okay, did you get the idea? So let's just do a quick recap on that. We know that when the line is in the form y is equal to mx plus c, m is the slope and c is the y-intercept, which means that the line cuts the y-axis at 0, c. Okay? If the line is in the equation ax plus by plus c equals 0, and we want to find out this information, then we can rearrange it. Okay? So I'll do this using how we rearrange equations, and then I'll do an example with numbers, which will probably be easier to see. So we've got ax plus by plus c equals 0. We want to get y by itself. So I'm going to say by, I'm going to subtract minus ax and subtract c from both sides. So by, subtract minus ax and subtract c. So by is equal to minus ax minus c. Then I'm going to divide both sides by b. So I've got y is equal to minus a. Y is equal to minus ax minus c over b, which is minus a over bx minus c over b. Now, that probably doesn't make much sense when I'm doing it that way with the letters. Let's just do a quick example over here. So let's say 5x plus 2y minus 7 equals 0 is the form of the equation we have. So I'm going to subtract 5x and add 7 to both sides. And I'm going to have 2y is equal to minus 5x plus 7. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So I've got y is equal to minus 5x plus 7 over 2. So in other words, y is equal to minus 5 over 2x plus 7 over 2. So now, having changed from this format of the equation to this format, I can say that the slope of that line is minus 5 over 2. And I can say that the y-intercept is 7 over 2, or 3.5. In other words, it cuts the y-axis at 3.5. Okay, I hope that's useful. The format y equals mx plus c of the equation, that's in your formula tables. Okay, so that's there as a reminder for a form of the equation of a line. Okay.